Hello, BookTube! My name is Elizabeth, and welcome to Book Babble. Just a reminder, guys, we are having the live show for Ruby Red for the Once Upon a Read Along tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Danny the Insatiable Bookie's channel. So definitely go and subscribe to her. Check it out. Put it down on your calendars. Set a reminder on your phone or your tablet so you guys can be there at 6 o'clock for the live show. Today I want to talk to you about ebooks, and as the title suggests, I just got finished reading my first ebook this week. I recently got this Asus Memo Pad 7 in January. At the beginning of January, my fiance bought it for me, and it's just a regular, tablet, but of course I can get the e-reading apps, and I have several e-reading apps. I've got Amazon Kindle, I have Google Play Books, and Overdrive, and then I also have some apps that I can do audiobooks on and stuff like that. But today I'm just going to talk to you guys about ebooks, and this is my first e-reader that I've ever had. So I've never ever read an ebook before this week, and as you know, and I bought several ebooks over the last month, and as you guys know, I'm participating in the e-readathon this week. It ends tomorrow, but this week I have read 2.5 ebooks. So I'm going to talk about my experience this week reading my very first ebook and using my e-reader for the first time. So I have a long list of things that I really loved about my e-reader. One of them, I really enjoy reading at meal times, mostly breakfast and lunch, because I'm home alone and I'm not eating with anybody else and I can just eat and read. And one of the things that I loved about using my e-reader during that time is that I could just set it down and I don't have to worry about the pages flipping over. I don't have to hold the book down so that the pages don't flip back over. I can just set it down and use two hands to eat, and I don't have to worry about it. The only time I really have to worry about it is when I flip the page, but that only takes like a second. And again, that was the thing I liked the most, is I don't have to worry about the book not being completely flat and the page just flipping over. With a regular book, I have to literally hold it so that I can stay on the page that I am currently on. I didn't have to worry about that with my e-reader, so I really liked that. Another thing that I really enjoyed is that it's its own light. So I read at night as well, and when I'm in bed with my hubby, he works very early in the morning, and we have a bedside table light, and I also have a book light, but both of those are really bright. So I usually go with the book light because it's less bright than our bedside table light. But either way, both lights are really bright, and it bothers him, and it keeps him awake, and I feel really bad. So usually I wait until after he goes to sleep for me to read before I go to bed. But with this, I don't have to worry about that, and I really enjoyed that. Let me show you what I did. This is the page that I'm currently on with the book that I'm currently reading, The Fire Sermon by Francesca Haig. Loving it. It's really good. But I turned the brightness all the way down, and then I made the page black and the letters white. So it's even darker than it was with the white page, and he practically can't even tell that I'm reading at night because the page is so dark. I mean, it's a lot less bright than, of course, our bedside table light or the book light that I usually use. So I really enjoyed that as well. Some things that I didn't enjoy, like, at all, I did not enjoy that I can't tell where I'm at in the book. There's a thing on Kindle, it says I'm 20% done with the book, but I just don't feel like I'm 20% done with the book. I have no... It's hard for me to recognize, okay, I've read a good amount today. You know, when I usually read, I can feel how far I've read in one sitting. And with this, I just can't. You know, it's the same all the time. And I didn't like that because I'm a very much a feel reader. Like, if I feel like I've read enough, then I stop reading. You know, if I feel like I've read 10, 15 pages and that's good for one afternoon, then that's fine with me and I stop reading. But I just can't, I don't feel like I do that with this. And in the beginning that was a good thing because I read more. By the last couple of days, after the week was about half over, I realized that I was reading less and less because I felt like I was reading more in one sitting, if that makes any sense. I just have no way to tell how much I've read in one sitting, and I didn't like that. Another thing that I didn't like, and I mean, maybe this is just with tablets, because I know there are e-readers out there where it's just an e-reader, but another thing is I get updates on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, all of my updates for everything I get on my tablet. And whenever I would get an update while I'm reading, I would be like, oh, and I'd go off on a little tangent of Twitter and get sucked into the Twitter sphere and totally forget about reading. And that was not good, because when I read, I need to be completely focused. You know, I'll separate myself in a room without a computer, without a television, and just read for an hour or two. But when I'm reading on my tablet, I'm not I'm not separated from the world. I'm going to get an update from Twitter. I'm going to get an update from Facebook. I'm going to get an email. I'm going to get something that distracts me. And that really hindered, me reading. Another thing I didn't like about the e-reader is that I don't have the book. I can't put it on my shelf to show everybody that I've read it. I can't look at the pretty cover. That was another thing I really missed about having a physical book. When I have a physical book, I'll read it. I'll put in my bookmark, and I can see it sitting on the desk over there, and it looks pretty, and it's got a bookmark, and I just want to pick it up and hold it and read it, and it's different from all my other books, you know? It's different, but with an e-reader, they're all the same. I have read 2.5 books this week from my e-reader. I read Beastkeeper by Kat Hellison. I read Dream a Little Dream by Kirsten Gier, and now I'm in the middle of, I'm 20% done with Fire Sermon by Francesca Haig, and I just don't feel like I've read that much. I mean, 2.5 books a week for me is not good. Last week I read like 7 books or 6 books or something like that, so 2.5 is just not cutting it for me, and I'm out in slump. I want to read. I feel like I'm reading just as much as I usually do, but I'm not, obviously. I mean, these books aren't 500-600 page books. They're all about 300 pages, and I'm just not reading as much as I usually am, and I feel like that's because of the e-reader, and I'm not really sure why. I think it's a combination of things, that I'm getting distracted and, stuff like that. But, I mean, there was some things that I really did love about my e-reader. Like I said, the fact that I can eat and sit on the bed and not have to worry about the pages flipping over. I really did enjoy that. And then, of course, the light thing with the sleeping with my hubby and all that. I enjoyed that too. But that was about it. I would definitely pick a print book over a ebook any day. Any day. But, I mean, ebooks are also cheaper usually. So I mean, I can see where in some cases ebooks can be better than print books, because of the paper. You're not using paper, and it's faster. That's another thing. Okay, I loved that I could download a book and read it immediately. I like going to the bookstore is immediate. You go to the bookstore, you buy it, you bring it home, you read it. But still, this is so much more immediate. So much more immediate than buying a book online too. So I did enjoy that. I guess I have to give it to the e-reader. I don't know. I'd love to hear what you guys think about e-readers in depth. Let's have an in-depth conversation. Cons versus pros. Do you guys like the fact that you don't have a book on your shelf because it saves space? I don't. I like to have my books on my shelf. Obviously, I've got enough space where I can put a couple more books on here, so space really isn't that much of an issue for me. But is it for you? Do you not like having an extra book on your shelf? Or I don't know. What? Let's talk in the description. There's been so many videos about ebooks versus print books, but I've never really had a chance to join the conversation because I had never read an ebook before. This is my first ebook. I like print books a lot more than ebooks, but I would love to know your guys' opinion. Yeah, I don't know how many times I can say in this video. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this discussion. I really wanted to talk to somebody about this whole ebook versus print book thing. So yeah, comment down below and let me know what you think. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!